Hello everybody and welcome back again to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're still in the Exalted Plains, but not for much longer because we're going to leave this place for now. There's still a lot of stuff to do. This place is littered with all sorts of quest markers, so we will need to come back here at some point. But for now we're going to leave because it's time for us to get our specialization. And after that, I will respec all of my companions, and then maybe I will see if I can talk to some of them, see if they have some new dialogue options, because after the last mission, I only spoke to them, once for most of them, and they may have a little bit more to say that I didn't. Oh, Solas.
Inquisitor.
Well, I'm glad you returned. Yeah, he was actually completely removed from my party. I mean, he left after we did his companion mission in the last episode, and then I went back to my camp and wanted to pick a new mage, and I couldn't even pick Solas. There was just an X on his card, so he was completely unavailable for me.
How are you, Solas?
It hurts. It always does. But I will survive.
Thank you for coming back.
You were a true friend. You did everything you could to help. I could hardly abandon you now.
Alright, so where were you?
Where did you go?
I found a quiet spot and went to sleep. I visited the place in the Fade where my friend used to be. It's empty. But there are stirrings of energy in the void. Someday something new may grow there.
Yeah, what is death like to spirits?
What happens when a spirit dies?
It isn't the same for mortals. The energy of spirits returns to the Fade. If the idea giving the spirit form is strong, or if the memory has shaped other spirits, it may someday rise again.
So it isn't really dead?
You're saying your friend might come back?
No, not really. A spirit's natural state is peaceful semi-existence. It is rare to be able to reflect reality. Something similar may reform one day, but it might have a different personality. It would likely not remember me.
I see.
It would not be the friend I knew.
Ah, alright. Goodbye.
I'll let you get back to work.
All right. Thank you again.
Yeah, okay, now the quest is actually completed. Okay, yeah, right, I want to get my specialization, so let's, these guys are still lying on the stone here. This isn't good. Yeah, let's go to the requisitions table, because I think I need to craft my standard now, right? So I think this is what we should do first.
Is that all for today? Not by a long shot.
How are you doing?
I was grieved by the loss of the champion Inquisitor. Her name was well respected, except where it wasn't, I suppose. Funny how effort inspires both.
Yeah, I assume that she was actually quite controversial. So, are we well supplied?
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
Alright, goodbye.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Okay, let's craft. Well, I can actually craft quite a bit. I can't craft a sad weapon. What? Why? The sad weapon is a banana on a stick? Why would I want to use a banana on a stick? Yeah, let's make the champion standard. There we go. And I could craft one of the upgrades, I guess. Sure, let's craft one of the upgrades as well. The garden, Skyhold Garden. There we go. Main watchtower. Restore and improve the large tower for an imposing cosmetic change. Invest in this upgrade to choose between a mage or Templar tower. Yeah, sure. Let's do this. There we go. And I can't do the courtyard upgrade because I need more quarries and logging stands. And yeah, I guess there's no point in crafting these, so
I hope it helps.
I hope so too. But yeah, let's head back over to our trainers and I can just jump down here, right? And then we can finally become a champion.
The soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short, and fighting. I saw one soldier reach for his belt like he was going to draw a dagger on the man he was arguing with. It was lucky he'd lost his dagger, or there'd have been more than a bloody nose.
It seems that coal is added again. I guess this was something that he's been doing. Alright, let's talk to the Lord... What was his name? Chancellor? Lord Chancellor de Lyon. Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Inquisitor, you've a glow about you. Your standard?
Complete, of course.
Then the rest is roles and formation.
Yes, let's make me a champion.
I'm with you, Lord Chancellor. Show me.
Then let's get to the physicalities. Once you raise your standard, the people will know. Here is their champion.
Alright, I'm a champion now, and can I actually... Yes, I'm a champion. Wonderful. Okay, so I guess I need to buy a bunch of those amulets for respecking now, and I will put in some off-camera work. So yeah, I'll bring you back once I have finished this, and then I will show you what I have done.
Smashing everything. The conclave, haven.
Alright, and here we are again. I am done respecking Freya and all of my companions as well. So maybe let's have just a very quick look at it. I mean, I already explained what my plans for Freya were. I didn't get the shield wall because I don't use it. I mean, if at some point I have more skill points and I don't really know what else to do, I may still get it just for the extra constitution over here, but I think at the moment I can do without it. I gave her... Oh no, this is Cassandra. Basically this side of the champion tree so far, so that I could get a walking fortress. I will eventually get Counter-Strike as well, I guess, and then I may alternate it with Mark of the Rift every now and then. And I will probably get this as well, just for the constitution. I'm probably not going to get to the death, I think. And yeah, I have, of course, Warcry and Charging Bull. I got this one just for some additional strength as well. And I wanted a bodyguard, of course. And the rest is basically spent in upgrades, like I have the upgraded Shield Bash, I have an upgraded Warcry. I think that my Charging Bull is also upgraded, yes. So this is my basic build for now, and we'll see how I will develop this in the future. As for my companions, most of them didn't really change much. Most of what I did was just trying to make it a bit more efficient. You know, if I didn't use a skill, then I wanted to free that skill point and maybe invest it into some upgrades or passive skills. Cassandra, I wanted to use some of her Templar skills, obviously. So I got rid of some of her sword and shield skills. She doesn't have shield wall, she doesn't have payback strike. I'm not sure how well the AI is using those skills. I mean, they need to be timed very, very well. You would think that the AI can do that, but I have no way of knowing if the AI is actually doing that. So I figured I just get rid of them, and instead we have Wrath of Heaven and Spell Purge, both of which are upgraded as well. Yeah, Sarah just has, you know, her basic archery skills, and I gave her Flask of Fire, Flask of Lightning, Stealth, and every one of my companions has their focus ability, because I mean, if we have the focus, why not use it? My mages are all sort of similarish. I know I could basically specialize them a lot more, make some of them more like offensive mages and others maybe more support mages. But I kind of want them to be all sort of all-rounders so that I can bring every one of them along at any time. And I mean, I usually only have one mage in my party, so I want them to have a certain set of basic skills like Barrier, Dispel, and Fate Step. All of my mages have those 3 skills. I focused them on one elemental tree. In Dorian's case, it's Storm, but they have at least one skill of another element as well. And yeah, I gave Dorian Walking Bomb now. I want to see how this works. If I don't like this, I may actually change this again, but we'll see about that. And yeah, Blackwall. Blackwall is still a two-handed. I know a lot of people want him to be sword and shield, but I felt that if I make him sword and shield, he would be far too similar to Freya. And I mean, the main characteristics of the sword and shield champion is basically that they're indestructible. But I don't need 2 of them in my party at the same time. If Freya is unkillable, I don't need a second unkillable tank in my party. I could use somebody who can do a little bit more damage, so I made him two-handed. I actually looked up a build online for a two-handed champion, and this is not exactly like the one that I found, but it is similar. So yeah, he has two-handed skills, he has a walking fortress as well. And I think the build that I looked up had actually Charging Bull instead of Grappling Chain. And I think they didn't use Counter-Strike either, but the rest was the same. Cole's skill bar may change a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to keep Knockout Powder. I may replace it with some of his assassin skills later. And I also need to figure out how Mark of the Death works, because somehow you can trigger it manually. I haven't completely understood that. So I may need to try this out at some point. Vivienne, yeah, she has the 3 basic skills as well. She is focused on fire. And I gave her Spirit Blade now. I'm not sure how this is going to work with the blade that I already gave her, you know, the Spirit Blade that she wears instead of her staff. I'm not sure if this is basically redundant now that she has that weapon, or if it kind of complements each other. So I may change this eventually. We'll see about that. Solas is pretty much the same as he was before. He's still focused on ice. Winter's Grasp, Ice Mine. I actually use these 2 a lot, so I wanted to have them back. And yeah, Varric is a bit difficult. I gave him stealth now, so he has a bit more chance to run away from enemies, hopefully. And of course, archery skills. There aren't really that many of his skills that I'm that fond of, so for now he just has poisoned weapons and spike trap. I don't really know what to do with him. And finally, the Iron Bull. This will most likely change a little bit once I get more of his Reaver skills, the ones down here. I want to get those. And then I will probably get rid at least of one of his two-handed skills. And yeah, that's about it. So we'll see how this will work out. I hope I didn't completely screw over my companions with their new build. But I honestly didn't change that much from how they worked before. And I mean, I didn't really have that much problems with them before. So I think it's going to be fine. Also, yeah, I changed the decor again. This is actually the Free Marcher one. And this is the Ferelden Throne, I think. So, yeah. It looks very interesting as well. I'm going to try them all. Every now and then I will change the decor just to see how they look like. Anyway, I think I want to spend the rest of my episode here in Skyhold, and since we haven't been at the war table for a while, this is probably what we should start with.
He likes them, truly?
Very much, Lady Ambassador.
It's just butter and sugar. Ferelden taste is so simple.
I wonder if this is still about... The last time I saw Josephine talking to this dwarven lady, she wanted to give a code to somebody, which I suspected would be Cullen. And maybe she settled for cookies now? That's actually kind of cute. Anyway, let's have a look at the war table. Okay, yeah, I don't remember what missions I had active, so let's have a look at this. The name of our enemy. The copy of the Liberalum tome that Dorian thought arrived at Skyhold, along with a number of items ranging from rare manuscripts to grimoires for mages the long dead. There came the letter from the Grand Archivist, apologizing profusely and stating a hope that his gifts will be of benefit to the Inquisition. It may take some time for Dorian to go through the tome, but he seems optimistic that something will prove of use. Alright, so I think we sent Josephine to bribe this guy, and apparently this worked out just fine. Find source of darkspawn attacks. Inquisitor. Sister Leliana's advice was excellent. Her scouts located a mining operation Marquise Buffon had started in secret, which must have freed the darkspawn from beneath the earth. When discovered, the Marquise sent mercenaries to attack, but the Grey Wardens were well prepared and easily cut down all resistance. Marquise Buffon has fled into the Gamorden Peaks. The Grey Wardens remain in high spirits. They seem proud of this opportunity to redeem their name in good faith, and losses so far have been light. It is an honor to fight beside them. Here's Lieutenant Suzanne Cloche-Sec. Alright, and all that glitters. There was a bit of a fight at the mine, with bandits apparently and not even darkspawn. I'm pleased to report that the darkspawn were cut down with relative ease. We've set up an outpost and recruited locals to begin mining the gold once again. Indeed, I'm told they're more than happy to do so, now that they're being protected. We found some useful equipment in the bandit cache, and any effort to gather coin at Skyhold will be much more easier. Alright. So, let's see. I know there are a few missions over here as well. Obtain amulet for coal. Right. Judgment, the death of Sir Good. Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff to do. Inspire. I hear your name on everyone's lips. They want to conquer you in battle, and in the bedroom. You are a legend, a dream. You make them forget their troubles, the war, the torn sky. That is what they need from you most of all. You must bring good cheer to them when they cannot find it for themselves. Men fight harder for revelries they've tasted. Lord Chancellor de Lyon. Okay. Or I could arrange for an elegant gathering with fine food and well-considered party favors. We're not having a party, there's no time. Oh, come on, Leliana, don't be such a buzzkill. If I know Lord Chancellor, he'll want rose balls stuffed with apples that the guests hunt and kill for themselves. No, I think Cullen has the right idea here. Let's do
All right.
it. Let's have a party. Outfitting the crew. Reparations for Redcliffe. Yeah, let's maybe see if we can't obtain this amulet for Cole. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or a spirit, he remains vulnerable to venatory binding magic. The amulet of the Unbound, used by Rivaini seers, is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding such an amulet in this part of the world will be difficult. My Rivaini contacts say these amulets are held dear, but to protect spirits from the breach they are willing to help us. I know a wealthy Orlesian noble whose private collection includes jewelry from all over Thales. I doubt he would miss one piece. Do you want to steal it? Why are you always being so vague? Why can't you just tell me what you're planning? Nah, I
Inquisitor.
think if she has contacts, then why not let her do this? Investigate Lord Ensor of Antiva. A report from Antiva delivered to Leliana. The Venatori are smuggling red lyrium into Antiva, but thus far they have evaded our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. Enzo is clever, well-liked, and has relations among Antivan royalty. If we approach him without proof, he will bury his tracks and turn his allies against us. We must handle this carefully. Mason. I have a cousin in Rialto. If she threw a soiree and invited Lord Enzo, his house would be clear for Leliana's agents. Lord Enzo attends the theater on the same night each week. His home is empty, save a few servants during that time. My agents could pay a visit. Yeah, sure, let's
Inquisitor.
give this to Leliana. It was addressed to her after all. And yeah, I think everyone's busy, so let's leave. And there's a bit of time left in this episode, so I guess we could check in with some of my companions. First of all, I think I want to go to Vivienne, because we have collected all her books, and I'm supposed to...
Has there been an exchange?
You're awful.
Not that. Gifts. Or perhaps betrothals.
Of a sort. Very romantic.
Vicariously satisfying.
Oh dear, those two guys. They are so nosy. Yeah, I want to talk to Vivienne, because I finally found all those books for her, and I think I could really use some approval from her. I think I'm not doing so well on her account. All right, Vivienne, I got you all your books. I hope you're happy.
Yes?
Yeah, it's done.
Your lost books have been found.
Your assistance in this matter will not be forgotten, I assure you.
All right. Oh, she greatly approves. I think I never got that much approval from her.
Yes?
At one point, but she doesn't have anything new to say. So fine. Then I will leave again. I'm not sure if these guys have something.
A request
You
has
to
been made
tell.
of you, Inquisitor.
Oh,
Here it is.
how are your duties going?
What is your evaluation of how we're doing? I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
All right. Goodbye.
As you were. Yes, Inquisitor.
Okay. I got another war table operation from that. However, I just remembered what I wanted to do. I think I would like to check on Cullen to see how he's doing after our last discussion, because I hope he's doing better, because it was kind of painful to see him so unhinged. So let's see. Are you feeling better? Well, he looks better.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
But yeah, you're feeling better, right?
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. But I'm glad I could help.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
Yeah, it is really quite interesting how much he has changed compared to the last game. I actually recently went back and watched some of my old videos from Dragon Age 2 where you interacted with him, you know, just to see those scenes again with the hindsight of this game. And he, especially in the first part of the game, he came across as extremely bitter. So I can understand that he didn't want to be that man anymore. He actually got a bit better in the later part of the game, although then he always seemed sort of, I don't know, detached. I mean, he was always extremely polite, but very uninvolved. I actually commented on that on some occasion that I thought that they put him on tranquilizer or something, because he seemed very polite, but at the same time very unemotional about everything. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that he decided to leave the Templars and just make a completely new start, because I think he really needed to do that, or he would never have been able to move on from that. And yeah, I mean, how Freya sees things like these. She's always about moving on and not looking back. And if you made mistakes, then you should learn from them, but you shouldn't let them haunt you forever, or let them define who you are. So she has the same opinion about that it was a good thing to just start with a clean slate, so to speak. Yeah, and I mean, in situations like these, I always like to use the hard options, obviously.
For what it's worth, I like who you are now.
Even after?
Cullen, I care about you. You've done nothing to change that.
What about you? You have troubles of your own. How are you holding up?
Wow, somebody is actually asking me. I'll be better when we win. I'm scared I'll fail. My friends keep me grounded. Don't concern yourself. Who? I think all of it is sort of true. I mean, of course, she would feel better if this was over already. And her friends do keep her grounded. And it wouldn't be completely unlike her to not want to trouble him any further if this is what this is going for. And yeah, I mean, sure, it is a lot of burden on her, and I think it would be very strange if this wouldn't affect her in some way. I mean, she's only human, and I think it's only natural that, behind her fearless facade, that she does worry sometimes if she's able to do all of this. I mean, she's not perfect and not without doubts, and in the end, being brave is also about, overcoming your fears, and not really about not having any in the first place. So basically, I think I could say all of this. My friends keep me grounded. It sounds a bit cliche though, so I'll be better when we win is, yeah, sort of obvious. Yeah, I think she should maybe use this option, because I mean, if she can't confide in him, then who else would she go to talk to? And I think Freya isn't somebody who would admit something like that even to her friends. So I think it would actually be a beautiful piece of character development if she can finally, let her guard down a little bit, that she finally found somebody where she can actually do that. So yeah, let's use this dialogue option.
Honestly, I'm terrified. So many people depend on us, on me. Corypheus is still out there.
We've made great strides. Do not doubt yourself, or the Inquisition just yet. If there's anything I can do, you have only to ask.
Oh, that was actually really nice. I'm glad that I used that option, and because that was really nice. And yeah, now I'm alone on the battlements again. You really need to stop doing that, Cullen. Yeah, that was interesting. It's kind of funny that he said, I never told anyone what happened in Ferelden's Circle, because that is not entirely true. He did sort of tell Juno about it. Which even back then seemed kind of strange, to be honest, because, I mean, they didn't even know each other very well, or at all. I think it was very early in the game, and, I mean, you just did some quest for the Templars, and, you know, Juno was, I guess, moderately helpful for the Templars, and after that you could talk to Cullen and ask 2 or 3 questions. And I mean, Juno was basically like, "Hey, hello, fellow Ferelden," and then Cullen began talking about the Circle Tower and how he was caged there for weeks or months, and it felt very strange that he would just, you know, tell this to somebody who was essentially a stranger. So I think I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. It feels a little bit like the writers, they just wanted to show you, okay, hey, here's this guy from Origins, and if you don't remember, let's refresh your memory. So yeah, it didn't make much sense that he would just tell anyone about that. Also, I really wonder why there is an X in this bed. I mean, is there any deeper meaning behind this? Okay, I think we still have a bit of time in this episode, so I may actually want to go and speak to Solas again, seeing how we just finished his personal quest. So he may have something to say about that. Also, there are some random quests in Skyhold all of a sudden. Anyway, Solas, do you need to talk about what has happened?
Inquisitor?
Oh, he does.
Do you have a moment?
Yeah, of course. I'm all for heart-to-heart talks at the moment.
What were you like? Before the anchor? Has it affected you? Changed you in any way? Your mind? Your morals? Your spirit?
That is a good question. I wouldn't say that it has really fundamentally changed her. At the very best, it would have changed her motivation, you know, now that she has the anchor, that she should use it to do good. And before that, she wasn't really that involved in, you know, great causes and stuff like that. but I don't really have a dialogue option like that here, so I guess I will say no, not really, because I don't think it has changed her morals fundamentally, so yeah.
I don't believe so.
Ah.
Why do you ask?
You show a wisdom I have not seen since my deepest journeys into the ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
Well, yeah, what did you expect?
What have I done that's so surprising?
Humans are short-sighted, brutish, blind to the beauty of the Fade. Their minds cast in a duality of black and white. But you have shown a subtlety in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I know of your people.
Isn't this a little bit overgeneralizing? Well, yeah, what about our friends?
I'm just one part of this team, Solas. What about Cassandra or Leliana?
Cassandra separates matters of faith from those of the world. And she above all should understand how limited that is. Leliana has a brilliant mind, but her faith was damaged. To her, it is all a game of tactics now. But not you.
So what does this mean, Solas?
It means that I respect you deeply, Inquisitor. And I have disturbed you enough for one evening.
Well, I guess thank you. Although this was kind of weird again. Solas, you are very strange, and I don't really understand everything you do. And yeah, it put me back into my quarters, but that's actually a very nice thing this time, because I changed the windows. I really like these windows. These are the other windows, I believe. I do like them. I do like these. Okay, but yeah, I think we can leave this place. And actually, I think I can end the episode here, because this should be enough for one full episode. And I'm not entirely sure what I will do in the next episode. I may actually do the recap episode that I have been wanting to do for a while. You know, just talk about the game so far. And I think I want to do it in the Western approach, because there's a bunch of stuff that I still have to pick up in this place. There's also some unexplored stuff, but I will focus on the explored areas first, and while I clean up that place, I can talk a bit about the game so far. So yeah, I guess I may do this in the next episode. And yeah, I think Skyhold is now having a party. The Freya is a champion party, you know, with roast boar and stuffed with apples and the Lord Chancellor and music and wine and everything, and fluffy mackerel pudding for our Ferelden friends, I guess. And I also make sure that Leliana will attend, even if she says there is no time for it. I will make sure she will join the party as well. So yeah, great champion party at Skyhold. No, sadly you can't join for that. So we will see each other again in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and until next time.